नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। आई एम जेवियन डॉक्टर मीनाक्षी, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर इन डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ शालाक्य तंत्र, फैकल्टी of Ayurvedic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Today in this practical section of Sharakya Tantra, we will discuss an important instrument known as the tuning fork. So what is a tuning fork? It is a small metal instrument consisting of a stem, two prongs and a foot piece that produces a constant pitch when either prong is struck against a firm but resilient surface. It is usually made of steel, magnesium or aluminium that is used to tune musical instruments by musicians and now used by doctors to assess hearing. It vibrates sinusoidally to generate a pure tone. Then we will come to the tuning fork test. Tuning fork test is used to differentiate between the conducting and sensory neural hearing loss. Test is performed with different types of frequency like 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048 Hz. Routine practices 256 Hz and 512 Hz, whereas the 1024 Hz frequency tuning fork are used. Large forks vibrate at slower frequency. Tuning fork is activated by striking against the examiner's elbow, heel of hand, and placed 2 cm away from the external auditory canal for air conduction and on mastoid for bone conduction. What is the air conduction? The vibrating tuning fork is placed vertically in line with the meters about 2 cm away from the external auditory canal opening. The sound waves transmitted through tympanic membrane that transmitted to the middle ear ossicles, then to the inner ear, then to the auditory nerve, and finally to the auditory cortex in the brain. Both conductive mechanism and cochlea are tested. What is the bone conduction or BC? The foot plate or vibrating tuning fork is placed on the mastoid bone. Cochlea is stimulated directly by the vibrations conducted through the skull. Bone conduction measures only the cochlear functions. Normally, the air conduction will be more than the bone conduction. Here is an image how the air conduction is conducted and how the vibrations are transmitted through the bone conduction. Then what are the principles of tuning fork test? For the conductive hearing loss, the sound delivered to the ear via the AC will be decreased. If the sound is delivered to the ear via the bone conduction bypassing the outer ear or the middle ear, then the sound will be heard normally, assuming there is no disorder. In case of sensory hearing loss, the sounds delivered to the ear via the bone conduction will be decreased. Then the various types of test conducted by the tuning fork: Rini test, Weber test, ABC test, Schwebeck test, Gelli's test, and Bing test. How the Rini test is performed, we will discuss later. The Rini test was proposed by Heinrich Adolf Rini in 1855. The air conduction is compared with bone conduction. The base of vibrating tuning fork is placed firmly over mastoid process. Patient is asked to indicate when sound disappears. Suddenly, the tuning fork is placed vertically 2 cm from external auditory canal. It hears still air conduction more than the bone conduction. The Rini test normally is positive. In this image, they have shown how the Rini test is conducted. In one image, they have kept the tuning fork about 2 cm away from the external auditory canal, whereas in the other image, they have kept the foot plate of the tuning fork on the mastoid region. that will cause the bone conduction, whereas the tuning fork kept 2 centimeter away from the external auditory canal will lead to the air conduction. Then what is the inference? The Rini test is positive when the air conduction is more than the bone conduction in normal person, whereas in case of sensorineural hearing loss. Rini test is negative when the bone conduction is more than the air conduction, which occurs in case of the conductive hearing loss. Then we come to the false negative Rini. The air conduction is absent but responds to the bone conduction. The Rini test is negative, false negative, when the response of bone conduction is due to transcranial transmission from opposite ear. The false negative Rini test is also seen in unilateral sensory hearing loss. Then we conclude the modified Rini. For routine purpose, the patient is asked to compare the sound intensities of tuning fork while placing in front of the ear and over the mastoid process. The next test is the Weber test. It was proposed by Ernst Heinrich Weber. It is a test of lateralization. A vibrating tuning fork is placed in the middle of the forehead or the vertex, asked in which ear the sound is heard. Normally the sound is heard equally in both ears. Lateralized to the worst ear in conducting hearing loss and better in sensorineural hearing loss. The sound travels directly to the cochlea through bone. The based of the Stenger principle, if two tones are identical except they are different in loudness, are introduced simultaneously into both ears, only the louder tone will be perceived. And then the two ears, one has poorer bone conduction sensitivity. When the tone is being produced through both ears with equal energy, the tone will be perceived softer or will not be perceived at all in the poor ear. What is the inference? If the tone lateralizes to the poor ear, there will be conducting hearing loss in the poorer ear. If the tone lateralizes to the better or good ear, that means the cochlea with the best hearing sensitivity will detect the signal. Sensorineural hearing loss in the poor ear. If the sound is detected in the midline position, that shows the normal hearing and or equal amounts of the same type of hearing loss in both the ears, which can be in the case of conductive hearing loss or in the case of sensorineural hearing loss. Then we come to the Schwabach test. Once popular but no longer is in use. It compares the patient's hearing sensitivity with that of an examiner, assuming that he or she has a normal hearing. The fork is set into vibration. Stem is placed alternately against the mastoid process of the patient and the examiner. Here meters is not closed. Vibratory energy of the tones of the fork decreases over time, making the tone softer. Patient should indicate whether the tone is heard or not each time. When the patient no longer hears the tone, examiner immediately places the stem behind his or her own ear using a watch. Notes the number of seconds the tone is audible after the patient stops hearing it. What is the inference of Schwabach test? In case of normal Schwabach test, both the patient and examiner stop hearing the tone at approximately the same time. That means the patient has a normal bone conduction. In case of diminished Schwabach, the patient stopped hearing the sound much sooner than the examiner, but bone conduction is impaired or there will be sensorineural hearing loss. The next test done by the tuning fork is the absolute bone conduction. It is in short known as the ABC. The modification of Schwabach test. Patient's bone conduction is compared with that of the examiner, assuming that he or she has a normal hearing. External auditory canal is occluded by pressing the tragus inwards to prevent the ambient noise entering through air conduction route. The inference of absolute bone conduction test is the ABC is normal when the bone conduction of patient is equal to examiner. In sensorineural hearing loss, absolute bone conduction is reduced in comparison to the examiner. Thank you so much. This session of the tuning fork completes here. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will resolve it soon. Thank you so much.